Veljko Nikolić is set to leave Red Star and sign for Aris Limassol from Cyprus. He signed with Red Star in 2019. He was kind of brought up through the academy, I should say. And him and Veljko Nikolić at that time were two of the players who were supposed to be the next up-and-coming players to kind of take Red Star to that next level. Nikolić eventually gets sold to Ferencvaros, and he spent last season on loan in Slovakia, where he had a really good season, actually. Veljko Nikolić, 80 matches for Red Star, all competitions, 10 goals, 10 assists. So, 20 combined goals and assists in 80 matches, which I don't think is that bad. He was just riddled with injuries. Every time that he would kind of start playing well, he would pick up an injury. And this season, towards, I think it might have been March or April, he got his first start in a long time, and he got injured in the first 20, 25 minutes. And yeah, he just hasn't had any luck with injuries. He's still a fairly young player. He's still 23 years of age. And like I said, he was just one of the up-and-coming players that we had 3-4 seasons ago. And, it's kind of taken a rough turn for him. He's plays that defensive midfield role. If you kind of rewind the clock back to 2-3 years ago, Red Star was getting, or from what I've read, Spartak Moscow was willing to offer 5 million euros for Veljko Nikolić. Red Star decided not to sell because they thought that he would be worth a lot more in a number of years, which maybe he could have if he stayed healthy, but big time injuries, couldn't stay on the pitch consistently. I think Dan Stankovic was one who labeled him like Luka Modric type of player. Saying he's like Luka would be crazy, but that type of player where, he can kind of roam around in that midfield and his passing. And when he was on, he was an exceptional passer of the ball, which is something that I've noticed. His willingness to get back and defend as well. Felt like he was constantly running, trying to link up, play up top, and then getting back and trying to defend as much as he can. And, when he was kind of slated there to play with Kanga, he had to do a lot of that just because Kanga doesn't have defensive characteristics. So the guy who plays alongside Kanga has to do a lot of the work there. So Veljko Nikolić did a really good job of that. And like I said, ultimately just injuries that really kept him out of the lineup. And when you can't depend on a player, you have to go out and sign others, right? So, which is exactly what Red Star had done with bringing in Mihailovic at one point, and a bunch of other players like Kangwa, I guess, as well, just because you couldn't depend on Veljko Nikolić to stay healthy. Obviously, I wish him the best of luck going forward. Obviously, probably not where he wanted his career to kind of be at this point in his career. But Cyprus has a very underrated league, I would say. A lot of foreign players. I remember reading the statistics from probably 2-3 years ago, and this kind of stretches out even further, where they're the league with the most foreign players, and it's something like 99%. So, the foreigners that they do buy play a lot, and they're, the Cypriot players don't really play that much. So it's an investment, and, he just has to use this to get better. And like I said, he's 23 years of age, so he still has a lot of football to play in his career, and he needs to look at this as a move where he's going to actually get a chance to play every match and yeah, just build from there. But I really do feel bad for him because he's worth 1.5 million on transfer market, and I think I haven't seen the figures yet, but it looks like Red Star sold him for 200,000-300,000 euros, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, which is a lot less than what he's worth, but he's just looking for a chance to play somewhere. And I actually, funny story, I was at the Red Star shop in Belgrade in 2019. I'll make this story very short, and Veljko Nikolić was in front of me. So this is before he actually signed for Red Star, his professional contract. This is when he's still with the youth team, the U21s. And he was in front of me buying a jersey kit for his friend that was with him. And Veljko realizes that he doesn't have his wallet on him. So, and his friend doesn't have enough money to pay for the kit. And I'm standing behind him, and I thought it was him, but I just wasn't too sure because he was, like I said, in the U21s, and I didn't get to see too much of them, but I was going to offer him, like, I'll pay for it, whatever, it doesn't matter. And he doesn't want to tell the lady who's working there that he trains with the Red Star team, or that he's on the first team. I think he might have been on the first team at that point. So he's kind of beating around the bush saying, I could pay you tomorrow. I could take the kid and I'll pay you tomorrow. And she's kind of looking at him, and he's like, she asked him, do you play for the team or something, because she doesn't know either. And he's kind of gets red and he says, yeah, I train with the first team now. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. You could just take it and you can, pay me some other time. So that's kind of a funny story that I actually ran into him when I was there in 2019. I actually ran into Richmond Boachi as well. So yeah, I mean, I wish him all the best, and hopefully he can use this chance to kind of resurrect his career going forward. And like I said, he's only 23. If he sticks around in Cyprus for 2 seasons, he'll be 25. If he sticks around for 2 years, and then later on you could look to bounce back to a different league, to a new challenge, to a better league, and work your way up from there, because he's still, like I said, he's still very young at 23 years of age. It just really never worked out for him. I think when you can't depend on a player who's always injured, it's a little bit of an issue. But there are some things in his game that are really good. His ability to get by players is decent enough to where he can kind of make it work and use it at times. He's always, how do I say, he's got this energy to him where he's always willing to take on players and create for his teammates. And the 10 assists and 10 goals kind of proves that when he is healthy, he can make a difference. So all the best to Veljko Nikolić at Aris Limassol. He signs a 3-year contract there, and I wish him all the best. And in a year, 2 or 3, whatever, hopefully makes it up and plays an even better league. So in the comments below, let me know what you guys think about the move. Let me know what you guys think about Veljko Nikolić. And thank you guys for watching another video.